Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun, so what are we doing today? Instead, we are going to be looking at horses. Yes, look at horses. Look at the ponies go. Look. Pony, horse, yes. Pony Horse Road, yes. Yes, we're going to be doing more Table Derby compilation, yes. So last time we got all the way down to here, setting up relationships, as well as making our very own Musume. Now, here is Potatoes. There we go, glorious potatoes. She's not that exciting, but don't worry, she's not supposed to be exciting. She's potatoes. Yeah, she is potatoes. This is what her thing is. This is her gimmick. I also realized something is fucked here, and god damn it, son of a fuck. There we go. Yeah, I have no idea why I don't have a good answer to like how we're gonna put all of these tables in, but we're not gonna worry about that. Okay, we're just not gonna worry about it. It's not a problem. It's not our problem. Let's see. We already had determination of skills, make generic Musume, determination of categories. Let me double check to make sure everything is in place. Okay. Yeah. Some of these are just a little bit oddly worded, so I'm not too worried about that. We go all down to Pride, Sloth. I believe we've got everything. Yes, I believe we've got everything actually set up here anyway. Relationship. Yes, our relationships are set up. Our key eyes are set up. Level and popularity. Do we have our level and popularity set up properly? I don't. Yeah, actually, no. I think we do have that. So, originals, generic Musume skills. Technically, if we want to be specific, we take this and we put you right here. So, now we've entered officially the rule part. Yes, the rules. So, this is going to be, I'm going to do my best to make this as clean as possible. McQueen, the previous champion. Let's see. I don't know. People are manly looking good. Weeaboo in the corner, looking very weeaboo in the corner there. Yeah. Well, that's not officially our that's our co-host. Come on, because obviously this is our co-host. Let me that is, I always forget how to pronounce her fucking name because she has a very weird fucking name and I always forget it. This is Tomo Umari. Yes, Tomo Umari. She's an American horse girl. As you can tell by how American her name is. God bless horse girls. Yes. If only someone were to bring forth our true companion. Horse hours indeed. I'm gonna do my best to do it, but I have to keep like 4 fucking tabs open just to make sure everything actually works properly. So McQueen in her the previous chance started her career. Teo is the favorite, but will she be good as McQueen over the long distance? What's the matter suddenly? Let me just double check this because that sounds a little bit weird. Magic internet bot, I'm going to need your assistance. Let's see, what's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? Conversation with a fan. Yo, what's the matter with you? We do that. put that. There we go. Easy peasy, lemino squeeziani. Okay. This leads to basic rule. Basic rule. Let's see. I'm gonna put the basic rule. The goal of this game is to have a good time with the game master and with the game master and players. You stick too much. If you stick too much to the victory or result of the climax, you may lose your fun time. Please be careful. You invest too much. If you invest too much in the victory or the result of the climax, you may lose a bit of the fun. You may lose your fun. You may lose your fun time. So be careful and enjoy the race. Yeah, I'm gonna put that little note in there. Just make sure, like, hey, please have fun while playing the game. Rule number 1: have fun. First rule of gun safety is to have fun. It's too much in the victory. Let's see. Game Master is free to deal with events of the game, overriding any rules. He or she may disregard a statement of the rules. The Game Master should consider how to make the game more enjoyable for all participants. Ki. Okay, now this is where we start getting a little bit fucky-wucky. So, Ki. Main ability value, use the... Yeah, the main ability value used in this game is Ki, Fighting Spirit. We're going to do Ki, Fighting Spirit. Ki is expressed in numerical value that combines all of the states of the horse girls, not their, all the states of the Musume, Musume, not only their feeling but also their physical condition, mental state, and the ups and downs of tension. At the start of the game, Ki starts at 1. Then during the game, the temperament, the Ki gradually increases. Maximum value is 15. I'm just going to put a giant thing for you. There is a footnote here. Ki is closely related to the Musume judgment described below, which is the worst name ever physically. I can't be blind, deaf, and a gifter. Thank you for gifting a tier 1 subscription, Ironside. You really are a 100% gamer. Go, my boy. Yeah. 100% in the house. Yeah. If there's any questions you have, feel free to ask. I'll respond the best I can. First step of victory is control yourself. Let's see. The best value is 10. The best Ki value. I'm going to put Ki value is 10 in order to make the judgment most favorable. First step of victory is control oneself. To control oneself. The first step to victory is to control oneself to be at the best Ki state at the time. Let's see. First step of the victory is control oneself to be at the best Ki state at the time of the most important judgment. At the most important judgments. Have no fear. Effectively, the don't lose your shit. 3 important. Put that there. We go to the Musume judgment. So in this game, when a character performs an action, It may or may not. That may or may not succeed. May or may not succeed. A process called the Musume judgment is performed. Called the Musume judgment. Would it be the or just called Musume judgment? I guess we'll just use called Musume judgment. Form when the word judgment. When the word judgment is used. Go back to high school. When the word judgment is used, use it simply. See, is used. It also refers to the Musume judgment. So Musume judgment is variously also called a overcome judgment, called also referred to as a overcome judgment, start judgment, decision judgment, etc. depending on the situation. These are all the same, different situations, all refer to the same Musume judgment value. Ugh. Yeah, welcome to the Musume experience, where I have to say Musume judgment repeatedly. I mean, what song could this possibly... I physically cannot play this song. I cannot play this song on stream. Ironside, my brother in Christ, I cannot play There Is No Cock Like Horse Cock on stream. Not only will it be flagged almost immediately, it will also get me banned, even though, fun fact, we have absolutely no moderators in the TTI. I mean, I guess I can like try to clap every time they say cock. Like, I mean, if I just say like Audacity, SoundCloud, Audacity, if I just say like that every now and again. Vosh talks about his love of horsecock every day. Yeah, but that's also Vosh, and he brings in money. I don't. I'm just a teeny tiny little Musume translator. That's all I do. I don't really consider this translation. I consider this dewonging. Dewong. That's 5 Twitch bucks in 2 days. Yeah. Yeah, Twitch takes a lot of money. Yeah, I believe it is half. I mean, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let me see if we can. Okay, if I keep it like slowly in the background and I just speak over it slightly. I've lost control of my life, everybody. Things I do for you all. Okay. Oh no. Oh Jesus. God damn, I'm like trying to time everything correctly. Yeah, welcome to my life. Twitch moderators, if you're out there, understand that I'm doing this for you guys. I'm trying to be a Vosh gamer, as you cannot tell. Let's see, judgment value, the image judgment is determined by the character's current ki. Character's current ki using Musume judgment value, the same line as current ki value, check the target value, don't you think about words now. I'm going to get flagged. It's going to kill my ass. No, I'm gonna get this entire section of this video is gonna get flagged immediately. Just immediately. I want you all to know that. I'm trying to be a good person here, guys. I really am. And I don't really like to believe that I'm like a bad person, but like, I gotta do what the people want. In some cases, the overcoming judgment is required. The required target value is known. Value is known. In other cases, it's just... Okay, that's enough Pepper Coyote there. To send your asshole into shock. Yeah. I mean, people were talking about Mr. Hands the other day, so the required target value is known, well, such as settling judgment target value may vary depending on other characters. You can raise your current value of ki. You can raise your current value of ki by yourself every time you make a judgment by one degree. The number that can rise will go up and down depending on your motivation. Depending on motivation. Judgment ki will judgment value of the ki after the rise will be used for the judgment. Okay. So you want a picture of one of those horror? No. I don't, Ironside. I don't. Because that's illegal. That is illegal by the Yakuza standards. I don't want to get murked by the Yakuza. I'm not surprised that exists, though. I'm completely unsurprised. I want you and everyone else to know I'm not. I'm gonna get murdered by the Yakuza if you show me that. That's the problem. Roll the dice to determine the judgment value. Determine the target value. Judgment value. Value some of the roll in the modified mine is called the achieved value. The achieved value is greater than equal. Welcome. This is some Japanese bullshit right now. It's greater than equal to the target value. Determined in 2. Check target value. This is some grade A Japanese autism right here. 2. The judgment is a success. If it's less than the target value, the judgment is a failure. Judgment is a failure. To give you an idea of what everything was written there, you're gonna roll the dice. The dice are referred to as your judgment value. The modifier, the dice plus mods, is your achieved value. You need to beat the target value with the achieved value. Why are these separated? I don't know. Maybe because you hate yourself, and maybe because God left this place a long time ago. It's great. The judgment of success, target value, the action judgment thus determines. Let me double check that line real fast. Success failure is determined in this way. That's exactly this Musume judgment thus determines success or failure of actions. There we go. That we roll the dice. Motivation. I'm feeling motivated. Yeah, motivation. Motivation is a numerical value. Mental state fluctuates. Numerical value that represents the Musume's mental state. We're just going to, I don't know what. There, motivation. I'm feeling motivated. Depending on the outcome of the decision and events at the start of the session, it is normal. It is normal. I'm gonna put it in brackets like this just to help separate things. Is normal. Motivation are closely related. Judging and when judging the Musume. The upper limit of the spirit of the ki that can be raised by her is determined by their motivation. By their current motivation. Check the door. Do we have any? Trying to avoid too many instances of like your and the like trying to replace everything with her, which is a little bit easier said than done. Decide whether to not raise I'm feeling I'm gonna have to go back and like just double check everything just to change everything over to the right word. If motivation is normal or higher, she can raise her spirit, her ki when judging during a judgment. When judging, but if her motivation, it's her story. Thank you very much. Motivation is in bad shape or in very bad shape. She cannot raise it herself. If her motivation increases, it changes 1 by 1 to good to excellent. Her motivation increases. It changes 1 by 1 from good to excellent. From good to excellent. It increases. It changes by 1 from good to excellent. It decreases. It becomes upset to absolutely upset. May be further increased in motivation. A further increase in motivation when motivation is at its best. At its best, but there is no change. It will remain at peak performance. It will remain at excellent. Conversely, if your motivation decreases further than motivation is very upset. When your motivation is at absolutely upset. Your motivation will remain at very low. But your ki will be set back to 1 again. Now, to give you an idea, that's crippling. You just lose if that happens. Don't lose your motivation. Because if you lose your motivation, you just fucking lose. It's Jover. Sorry, kids. Special outcomes. Lucky. Contains 6s on the roll. If the result of the decision contains a 6 on the roll of dice, a lucky occurs. Lucky occur if a lucky occurs. Better familiar happiness. A character who's made a lucky can increase her motivation by 1 level. At this time, motivation does not increase by the number of 6s. Number of 6s rolled in the judgment. Only judgments that contain a 6. Only judgments that contain a 6. Only contain a 6 are treated as lucky. Don't remember if there's a note on this one or not, so I'm going to put just a quick. Effectively, if you roll 6, You roll 6-6. You don't increase your motivation by 2, but only 1. Very simple to understand. It's a little bit weirdly worded, but hey, welcome to the entirety of this fucking game at points. Here's your fun. Let's see, a fumble. Fumbles. If a fumble occurs, dice rolls all 1s as a result of the judgment. Judgment. However, even in the case of a fumble. However, even in the case of a fumble, the itself is a success of the achievement value. If the achieved value exceeds the target value, of the judge. So you can still, the thing is here is like you can still technically succeed even if you fumble. Somehow. Like that's kind of the funny thing. Like if you manage to roll all fucking 1s somehow, like you could still technically succeed. Like it is possible to succeed. And if you want to be really, really fucky-wucky about things, it might be ideal for you to fuck up a roll later on if you have really high spirit. Because if you have super high spirit, that means you can actually bring yourself down to a lower value so you don't fumble. You might lose you're going to lose the race, but you're not going to get hurt. If a character reduced by 1 level due to the nature of a Musume judgment, the possibility of fumble is particularly high in the scenario phase. You know, when you have like one ki, and if you do keep fumbling, things are going wrong for you. Sorry, fuck boy. Overcoming judgment. Start judgment. Position judgment, trouble judgment. Okay, how do I want to... I'm going to put this in a table, I think. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means put in a table of 1, 2. Insert column right. We put that, which we're going to call a overcoming. Overcoming, start, position, rubble, and decision. Used in overcoming, let's see, coming a negative event. The value of the expertise matching the negative event can be used as a modification. Start used to determine the start of the race. This is used for when fighting for a position at turns 2 and 3 as any subsequent turns if used. I'm going to put that as a specific note here because I don't say it, but you can also apply. I'm going to make that decisions rolls to avoid trouble on the racetrack or from other Musume. Decision judgment. The decision before the finish line. This is an important judgment that directly affects what would be the finishing order doesn't sound correctly. I know what it's trying to do. If you're going by sheer technicality, that is the correct way of wording it. Like what would like the ending lineup? Like what's the word here? What's the there's gotta be a term for it, right? There's gotta hello. What is the term for the quote final lineup? The final lineup of a horse race. Maybe ChatGPT knows. Like, official results. Okay. Determine. Is that it? Let's check out the horse racing results today. Let's do the Japan G1 races today. Let's look at horses. Ooh, Lance of Saturn did pretty good. 850 winning. That's not bad. Shigeru Marai, Alice, Win Kamashi didn't run anything, but we can really give them a race 2. Global. Ooh, Jesus, look at that payout right there, baby. Look at that payout. 1770. 77 second place. Oh, 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 oh. Jesus, cruel. I did not. Let's see. Daily doubles. Yeah, some people are making some pretty good fucking money today. Nothing. See, it's always funny. Anytime. Fun fact when it comes to horse racing. Ever watch horseshoeing videos? Not horseshoeing. I've seen like 1 or 2 of them. I always thought they would. I don't know about it. But fun fact when it comes to horse racing, anytime you're putting your bets in, you can mark you can mark just about anything as either a win, place, or show. That's effectively first, second, or third place. Now, even if your horse wins, let's say for example my horse wins, I get second place, but I bet that he was only going to win first place, I win nothing. But if I said I was going to say, oh, you're going to get you're going to at least get third place, and they come in first, I don't get the win results. I just get the show results. So that effectively what this means is you can bet low and maybe get a return on. This was pretty this was pretty boring. And it's also the amount of return you're going to get per race. For example, technically Shangri-La here being written by Katsuma Shimashima had a $49 payout for a place, mind you. That was way better than the win for candidacy mark. Way better than anything than they were going to make. But Shangri-La probably had very low odds, generally speaking. So you're going to win a lot more with it. If you have shitty odds, then even you placing it can make you a shit ton of money. Or hell, you even getting into the show can make you a shit ton of money. So yeah. Now we've learned. I guess it would just be the final results. Directly affects the final results of the race. Okay. Now we start having to slap these things in. Don't need you anymore. I'm going to put you right there. I think See, the thing is, like, I got really obsessed with horse racing for a while, literally because of this show. If you ever want a really horrible reason to get into gambling, it is quite literally because the funny horse girl anime got me into it. I wanted to see, I was like, I'm curious about this. And then I got into it pretty deep, and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty fun. And then I'm like, oh no, I've become everything that I hate in the world. Oh no, oh no. The basic rules. Let's see. Basic rules, privileges, game master, areas sometimes referred to as golden rules. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna do that. Can we put you all in? We can maybe put you all in the same area. Actually, what we can do, why don't we do this? Because we can fit all of this in the same area. Then we put table 1-1. Basic rule, we put you here, which we do, side note, the basic rules, privileges in the game. The basic, the goal, actually what we can call is the golden rules. Golden rules, privileges of a game map, basic rules. Basic rules and privileges of the game master. Game master are sometimes referred to as the golden rules. This game is for fun, and the GM is given strong enforcement powers to compensate for this. In short, having fun is the priority. Having fun is the priority. Yep, I'm gonna put that as a career new. Have no fear. I'm gonna put this right here and being like, yeah, these are kind of what the gold rules are. Achievement value are the same. Decision was defined by target values, basically a success. Okay, so that means yeah, so we're gonna put a footnote right here. Which we put right here. So cannot be raised. Actually, the ki cannot be increased beyond 15. However, if a umazume performs or receives in effect that increases ki when it is already 15, a failure check will occur. Failure check is received. PL must keep a record of the number of times. Pretty much, if you get too hype, you're gonna blow out your leg. And it is entirely possible to play a character whose entire gimmick is to kill other horse girls. You just ride them off the fucking track. That is an entirely, like, valid tactic in this game, which I'm like, oh, that's odd. Why is this the case? Oh, okay. All right. Actually, use a number of times. Failure check table at the end. What do we want to do? We already got you. We've got you. Let's see. Failure represents serious physical. Okay, we got emotional damage. We open you up. We check for where am I looking? Yeah. No. I know what I'm doing. We gaming, we ballin' as they say. Why don't we just look for this very particular section? Find it here. That would be... I know I'm gonna have to put in the special week conversation. Let's... I'm gonna keep click on the wrong thing because I am in fact a goofy goober. Very soon. Judgments. Where are you? Where's this final? Because like sometimes it feels like half these notes are like put in random places that I have no idea like why they are in certain locations. So it's always, I'm like always kind of like going around. I'm like, okay, double check, let's triple check what's going on here. What's going on here? Do I have the right area? Is this the right location? Or are they doing the stupid thing where they actually have like a side note in a side note? Because they do that sometimes. Where it's... Yeah, okay. So I think this is literally a side note of a side note. I have no idea where to put this. Because this is literally a footnote for this. It's a footnote for a footnote. So it's like, okay, cool. You're putting a footnote on your footnote to footnote your footnote. Fuck you. Fuck you. Maybe we put a footnote here. Maybe we do Ume Musume. We'll do side note. Side note, Uma Musume breakdown. Breakdowns. Failure check. I'm gonna do failure checks represent serious physical damage and mental exhaustion, and is something that must be avoided at all costs for a Ume Musume. For Musume, the people around her, and her trainer. For the Ume Musume, who are athletes who race for a living. It can be life threatening. It can be life threatening. Having a failure check. Having a failure check is a dangerous state of affairs. Put that there, and then cannot be raised. That's going to be in the motivation section. We're going to put that right here. We're going to put that as an insert. This as a footnote. increase that the Musume cannot increase her ki when making a judgment. The use of skills and behavior during the race. Let's see. Uses skills and behavior during the race, changing positions and raising rounds. Normal. I can fucking spell. There we go. We've inserted all the footnote. Actually, no, achievement values. Achievement values are the same. And the fucking achievement values. Value equal less than determine judgment of success. We're going to put a footnote right here. Insert a footnote. Welcome to this 2-paragraph footnote. I love this game. Can you at least play the Goofy song? No, we cannot play the Goofy Goober song. We are not. If the achieved values are the same. Judgment with a defined target value is basically a success. In the cases such as a rivalry judgment between Musume. The general method is to conduct another judgment between the characters with the same achievement value to decide the outcome. If this process is repeated, the GM should judge and rule accordingly. Generally speaking, just figure it out, jackass. Just deal with it. Process in cases such as rivalry judgment. Believe that's everything. Yep, I think that's all the side notes here, which brings us to skills. What can we do to win the race? What do you need? Think. Choose for yourself. Trainer. In Table Derby 2. In Tableau Derby 2. Various things, such as running methods and tactics of the Musume, are expressed in the form of skills. Skill has the power to change the world. Skills have the power to change the world and advance the session favorably for the Musume. Each skill is represented as cards and managed as, quote, skill cards. Because, yeah, skill cards, baby. I'm going to put a footnote here for everybody, which is going to be, you don't need the skill cards. Don't need the skill cards if you're playing online. Tables will be. There we go. I want a refund. No refunds. Sorry, bucko. Sorry, buckaroo. There's no refunds on this Ram Ranch. I'm gonna turn my light on real fast though. Yeah. Oh no. Ah. Ooh. Ooh. Back my back. Oh god, that's not. Oh. Oh my. Okay, yeah, there we go. Snap back to reality. You know how it goes. Let's see. Skill cards. You don't need tables. Tables will be at the end of the tables will be at the end of this document. Mm. If there is a desire for skill cards, I apologize. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, nope. Sorry. Characters or skills divided into the following types: specific skills or Musume skill. Actually, specific skills. Mm. Mm. Training skills. Actually, no, I don't need that. I need to go to table derby charts. God help. Yeah, it's Numa, Uma. Training skills are T. Supplementary skills are negative event slash negative skills. And G. Race skills. Supplementary skills are H. And strategic skills are R. There we go. New Uma slash generic. Actually, we can do slash generics. Musume skills. Numa. Training supplementary. Skills are character skills. Negative events or type of skill card. Are a type of skill that applies a disadvantageous modification to the character and are treated slightly different. Yeah, because they're bad. You shouldn't get them because they'll kill you. So, use of skills. Let's learn about how to use skills. The skill can only be used time indicated by the timing section. If you try to use the skill any other time, it will not be effective. In addition, the skill skill is marked with a required ki increase. You do not use the skill if you are unable to increase your ki any further when you choose to use it. Skills have a specific number of uses. You can only use up to a number per uses. Let's number of uses per card per session. Cool. Classification of skills slash timings. Skills according to classifications include enhance, which strengthens one's abilities, and interference, which affects others. Some skill effects may have descriptions such as disables classification interference. Timing indicates when the skill can be used. When the skill can be used, which brings us to retention of skills. This is a very important facet of the game. In the Musume, Mm. Mm. And generic Musume skills. Two original Musume. Musume are abilities possessed by the Musume themselves. The skills remain retained and are not lost even when the session ends. However, training skills are temporary. However, training skills are temporarily acquired during the session. Turn to the GM at the end of the session. However, as characters grow and gain skill stock, they can hold on to more skill onto their skill cards. Now until next session, a character can many skill cards. Skill cards at the end of the session is the number of skill stock they have. If they go further, they may acquire skills. They may acquire additional skills as my skills. My skills are skills that the character has fully mastered and made their own, just like Musume's specific skills. My skills cannot be changed. There we go. To give you welcome to over-explained Japanese bullshit 101. It's great. I love it. Every single part of this is great. There's nothing wrong. There's no issues, no problems. It's all Kino. Now we are on page 58 of this. So let's see. Flavor text. Where the fuck do you mention flavor text? Do we even have... Is it just a side note for the sake of having a side note? I think it is literally just a side note for the sake of having a side note. So you know what that means? It means we get to insert a new table and... So, side note, flavor text. Of the content of the flavor text helps create an image of the skill or negative event. Players can refer names of skills, events, flavor to determine the meaning or appearance of the situation. If the situation is difficult to understand or the text is not clear, ask the GM a question to clarify. Yes, this is an entire side note dedicated to tell you, the player, to not take the flavor text. And you, the player, yes, this is a entire side note dedicated to tell you, the player, that flavor text exists. And God, I love the Japanese. Okay, so we've got you. Number of times skill has been used per session, so we're going to put that. Mm. Mm. Many times a skill has been used, it is a good idea to place a marker on the skill. Place a marker on the skill once used, or have another indicator, so that the remaining number of uses can be determined. Mm. Mm. First footnote goes here. Then we're gonna split this footnote into two. So, if you have already used the number of times the skill can be used, may be a good idea to turn the card face down or place it at a different angle. Do not return used skill cards to the GM. Keep them until end of the session. Oh, end of the episode. Here we go. Bonk bonk. Skills with the same name. Okay, so skills with the same name. Oh, okay. Can be used up to a number of uses. If you have several skill cards with the same name, you can only use them up to the respective number. Okay, so we have to put in a completely different side note here, which we're going to place earlier. We're going to place it right here. And that side note is going to be skills can only be used up to the quote number of uses, comma, but if the Musume has several skill cards with the same name, they can use them up to their respective number of uses. Mm. Mm. Even if they are the same content, they are managed separately. There we go. That shouldn't occur, but if it does occur, that's how you solve it. So this does lead to classification timing of skills or number of timings. Okay, so we need to put a footnote here. There's no limit to the number of skills that can be activated at the same timing. One can use any number of skills at the same time as long as they have an unused skill card and can increase their spirit by the required amount. They're actually not their spirit, their ki by the required amount. Yeah, technically, if you have a bunch of things like start a race, you can trigger all of them at the exact same time. You can. Fuck you. Sorry. Sorry, this person got like 16 cards to go first. Yeah, go for it. Let's see. So, skill stock. Skill stock. Skill stock. Skill stock does not mean that the skill card, there's a skill card in their hand, in the PL's hand, becomes special. But it represents the growth of the Musume's instrument of being able to remember skills. Therefore, skill cards designated as skill stock cards. A skill stock can be changed from session to session. Probably gonna have to put a personal note in there being like, this is how this actually works and what they're actually trying to say here, because it's a little bit wonky. And here, unlike before, the my skills that the Musume has mastered are not hidden from the table. This is because both cheering fans and rivals who race together know that the Musume has mastered that skill. Ba-da-da. Musume, race all night. Da-da-da-da. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be alright. Bring me a dream. No, God. Okay. Oh, on you. Heading 3, we're going to skill note section. We're going to put that as heading 3, in fact. I'm putting this as its own, like, part because I can, and I think this will look a little bit nicer overall. So if we do that skill note section, skill name, skill number, skill name, then skill written, the number of the written card indicating the number of skill. Stocking cards keep track, indicating the number ID. UMA 1, UMA 14, etc., etc. Timing this is those marked interrupt can be used regardless of the scene, interrupting the process. Classification. Some skills have more than one classification. Number of uses. It states the number of times skill can be used. Good news, everybody. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna do this, just so I know everything has been shifted over to the capital S. Says man, failing to realize skill. There we go. If we go down here now, everything should be, everything's capitalized. Okay, so classification skills, some skills, in case the number of times skill can be used. The section describes the value of the ki that is increased when skill is used. Increased ki occurs as skill is cancelled. If described affecting the character use the skill. Labor text. Lavore texto. Mucho texto. Various types of skill cards. There are various types of skill cards. Uma, Numa. Sax. Oh, we can put SAK. Strategic skills SAC, supplementary skills H, training skills. These are basically the same way. These are all used basically the same way. Racing skills. Racing skills are used. Racing skills are used by the GMs, but usage is the same as normal skills. We make that 0. Go. Cool. Session flow. Time to become a Teo legend. Teo. Owie zowie. Hey, bony wonies. Hello, Mario. Let's see. Excited right now. Beginning of Invincible Tail Legend. Session. In Table Derby 2. A single session. A single scenario is called a episode. In a episode. In an episode. Player listen to the explanation, think about what the action they want the characters to take, and declare it. Players and GMs in Table Derby 2 session divided more the episode. The episode is divided into 4 main phases. Area phase, stories and juice, solve their problems, holiday action phase, spend their holiday before the race, and the race phase. And the ending when the story is concluded. Session flow. Let's see. Session proceeds in the diagram on the right. I'm gonna leave. Okay, so this is the diagram on the right. Do I have the session flow, or do I have this written down? No, I don't. But I do have this. I will most likely, Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to mimic this a little bit. So we need to make... If we want to mimic this, we want to mimic the look, but not much else. Here's what we're gonna do. We can put that in there. We put you like right there. We put table properties. We put middle of everything. We make you 5. We make you 5. We make you 5. We make you 5. Okay, cool. You, congratulations. You're now going to be centered. Overall session flow. Overall session flow. That, put you right here. Table borders are going to be not that. You are going to have a black background, and your text is going to be white, which leads to black, gray. We want to be real precise about things. We can do something like this instead. This is complete autism, by the way. There's literally no reason. There is exactly zero reason for me to do that this way. I am doing it entirely because I know, because I feel like I can. And fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ballin'. I'm on that fuck it, we ball situation right now, which means we need to column below. We put that right there. We go backspace, backspace, backspace. We that. Then, if we want to do this, I wonder if this is gonna work. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Put you right there. Can I get away with this? Can I put a table inside of a table inside of a table? Hell yeah. This is what we're doing. We are gaming, everybody. Hello, everybody. We are. Welcome to Game O'Clock with your boy Notepad. We do that table. We center everything. We make this white text 0. Select you. You're going to be... You're going to be that color. You're going to be that color. You're going to be this color. Nope. You're going to be this color. You're going to be this color. Then we do this. Apply it 0. That. Make white. Say I make white. That looks a little egregious. Maybe I change you to be a smidge darker. Change both of you to be a smidge darker. Or I change you, because if we're trying to mimic the original page, I can probably just make you white, actually. We make you white, we do that. That means we make you pitch black. We make you pitch black. Then we make you like this. Okay. We can actually put you right there. Then we select you, table properties, center it, put it in the middle, put it in the middle. There we are. Can we go. Boom, baby. To give you all the idea of what I was attempting to mimic there a little bit, let me bring up my I was trying to mimic that. As you can kind of see, I think I got the colors roughly correct. I would probably, technically, if I wanted to make it real precise, I'd make everything white text, but that's not going to look good in any capacity. Because it doesn't look good in this to begin with. You have finally learned graphic design. No, I'm literally just mimicking this book. Because I think this is the thing that I've always learned in life, is that I'm not really good at coming up with my own thing. I'm really good at mimicking, though. I'm very good at mimicry. That's why I have mimicked many people to get to where I am right now. Exactly. I've been experimenting a lot more, trying to make things look better, but I usually don't see the value in it. This is literally, there is no value in this, doing it this way. There is no value putting three tables in each other to do this. None at all. It doesn't even look better. Like, that's the funny thing, Muso. It doesn't even look better. But it doesn't need to look better. It just needs to look accurate. The game master can interrupt a master interrupt with a master scene at any time. The master scene, the game master becomes the scene player. Okay, so I know for a fact I don't have these plugged in because there were a few footnotes that I completely forgot to do. So here's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to put us right here. We're going to click you. We're going to put you that. We don't need you as of right now. We're going to open up Sakura though. Hello Sakura, and time for some good old-fashioned dewonging. So let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? Do 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 do. Did you know that? See, it's always the funny thing with like Mulan has been like permanently stuck in my head recently because I really like Mulan songs. That and every now and again, anytime China gets brought up, the fact that the Mulan movie, the Disney Mulan movie not too long ago, was quite literally filmed like down the road from a fun camp, from the fun camp that nothing bad happens at. Absolutely nothing bad happens at fun camps, right, everybody? Right, everyone. Everyone nod. Everyone say yes. Nothing bad happens at the fun camps. Which I still find to be slightly bafflingly strange. It's like, did not a single human being at the Disney Corp really sit down and say, hey, squad, hey, team, maybe let's not do this? Maybe let's, I don't know, film anywhere else in China. Cool idea. Why don't we just film, I don't know, on the Yangtze? That looks cool. The Yangtze River, why not? There's some cool stuff down there. We can get a lot of good shots. We've got, you know, good. No, you want to film next to the government mandated fun camp. The government funded, government run fun camps here. Are you sure about that, squad? Everyone, Disney's okay with it? Disney's funding it? Oh no. That's one of those little like weird factoids in history that you're like, yep, no, Disney did that. Disney does have Disney's here. Oh no. Disney, what are you doing? Disney. See, my family's invested in Disney a lot. Not invested as in like monetarily wise. I think my uncle is. But more like we just had a lot of family work at Disney throughout various stages of our history. And it's always funny because like it's like, oh yeah, no, Disney had a bunch of weird shit back in the day. My mom's like, yeah, I remember all these old classics. They were so much fun. Being like, do you want to watch anything more recent Disney? I'm like, no, because my mom is like the quintessential like Disney adult in every single way. Like when she was living in Florida, she had like the full like passes for everything. She had the full. She was full on. She was 120%. She loved it. The joke being, you know, the comedy moment in this particular scenario being that she was fully invested in everything. She also was, you know, my mom has never actually how do I want to word this? She's never watched any of the Disney Renaissance movies. I'm just going to say it. She's never watched anything from what we would consider the Disney Renaissance, not a single movie. And I remember asking her about this, being like, "Hey, did you like what's your favorite like Disney movie?" And she's like, "Oh, it's like The Little Mermaid and things like that." I'm like, "Okay, I like The Little Mermaid." Being like, "Do you like Beauty and the Beast?" And she's like, "Never seen it." How have you not seen Beauty and the Beast? How? What about, do you like Mulan? And you like never saw Mulan. I'm like, what are you? Why are you the way you are? Mama? Mummy? Mummy, why are you, why? Why are you? In Table Derby 2, there is always one race perception. Because this is a TRPG dealing with such a world and such a setting, there are no exceptions. Cycle used to equalize players' actions. We're just gonna put the cycle in here. Will the circle be unbroken? Na, 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 na. Race interference, training skills considers the other compared by other runners, and race skills that represent difficulty and severity of the race course itself. There's also a condition of a good athlete to make measure of and prepare for the difficulties that are identified. The talk shit, get hit skills, as I like to refer to them as. So, introduce yourself. If this is your first, let's briefly explain your character's name and personality. Please introduce yourself. Please introduce yourself. Session together. Free from any kind of relationship between you and Musume. Spend time together with classmates from the same school, group of close friends who happen to know each other. If you're a full-fledged trainer, the same person, you could call them a team under the same leader. There seems to be a trend to refer to these groups as decks. The members of the same deck may naturally learn similar skills, and tendencies of members will become characteristic of the deck as it is. No. I am the one who has like the incredible like deep memories of Treasure Planet and how it just like completely bamboozled my brain in so many ways. I'm like, holy shit, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen ever. Stitch, she hates Stitch. This is the one funny thing. She saw Stitch. She fucking despises Stitch. She hates every part of that thing. She hates Stitch more than anything. That's the funny part. She just hates Stitch. Like, she hates the character. She hates the way every character looks. She hates everything about that movie. And it is so fucking funny. I'm like, Mama, why? It's the funny thing. God's holy name are you post? Oh no. See, I've been wondering, like, because they recently announced the new Lilo and Stitch movie that I'm looking at and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what's the plan here, team? Because like Lilo and Stitch, I'm not like a big fan of Lilo and Stitch. I like the series though. Anyone remember the television series of Lilo and Stitch? That shit fucked. That was awesome. Or the weird anime I learned about. Cause yeah, so it was I can't remember who it was talking about the fucking like weird ass like Lilo and Stitch anime. Lilo and Stitch anime. Or Stitch or Stitchu. Yeah, this is the Lilo and Stitch anime that kind of just came out. This was 2008 to 2015. There were there were multiple seasons of this. And like I know the story. Like I how do you, this looks like he's about to like fucking Pokemon battle with the damn thing. Yeah, I never recalled this one. Was it Stitch and Eye? Was that it? No. Wait. What the fuck? There's the Chinese one. Wait, there's a Chinese one? I didn't. Oh, Jesus. Like, this came out in 2017. What? What? I, I I need to learn more about Stitch and Eye. Sorry, everybody. This isn't real. Like, this can't be real. No, it's totally real. Like, this is the Japanese Stitch. This is China Stitch. This is 我也很高兴你呢 Stitch. I'm flummoxed. Those are just Chinese dragons. Why are there Chinese dragons here? Like, it looks so out of place. Like, that's the weird part, is you see, like, Jumba and Pleakley in the back there, and, like, Stitch, and then you see the two Asian characters. Looks like they're out of a fucking Jackie Chan movie. Why does she look like Jade anyway? Why do they look so out of place? Like, you bring this up, I'm like, okay, this looks fine. Like, this looks okay. But then you see, like what is... What in the fuck? Why does it look so wrong? Why is there a TV tropes page? What? Jackie Chan animated adventures looking ass? What the fuck? I'm not even going insane. Like, I'm not going insane, am I? Like, this exists. We're literally seeing Chinese Stitch. All right, we learned a little bit today. Is that fucking Confucius? Oh wow, I love... Oh god. Yeah, this is literally just Chinese. Yeah, this was literally just Chinese. But the weirdest cursed part is like, this is clearly like okayed. That's the funny bit. Wait, it was originally in English? The fuck was it originally in English? Why? Huh? Wait, I played... Nilo in the anime's unit. Yeah, no, we're not looking at this. My head's beginning to fucking hurt. Oh Jesus. Oh jeez. God fucking damn. All right. Okay, we learned a lot about ourselves here today, kids. We learned that maybe we all don't deserve happiness, okay? Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't deserve it. Low and fucking stitch and fucking eye. It's a fucking pun too. I think that's the worst part. That's the absolute worst part. It's a goddamn pun. Cause Lilo and I, get it? That's the entire thing. I hate it. I want to violate. I'm going to violate Geneva. Maybe the China's right. Maybe we deserve. Maybe the fun camps are right. Maybe the fun camps are. So let's get back to biz start of a session. Let's see if GM makes a training skill. So single scenario. So start of the session. GM makes a deck of training skills and keeps the other cards on hand. Deck. The training skill deck is used primarily in the scenario phase. Players list the nation. These are primarily used in the scenario phase. The scenario phase. Hello, Tower Girls. You've got news. Quality of update, life. Oh boy, it's Tower Girls telling me something's going on. Cuckoo, choo-choo, race phase. In Table Derby 2, there is Table Derby 2, comma. There is always one race per session. Because this is a TRPG dealing with such a world and such a setting. There are no exceptions. There are no exceptions. This is a real note. So we've got you, cycle. Concept of cycles are used to ensure concept of cycles. Now we have to put these. Now let's try to put three of these three paragraphs into one. Players' actions and opportunities for success in various progressions of the game. Phase and the rounds in the race phase are operated in cycles. Once one major action is complete, it moves on to another person's major action, and so on until all players have finished. When everyone's action is finished, action is finished. A full action is finished, comma, a full. When everyone's action is finished, a full cycle has been completed. TRPGs using the cycle system also work well with the scene system. allowing for bold changes of perspective after the previous character has acted, such as meanwhile around that time around that time or what we are going to do now is a scene to reminisce about the past. This isn't a footnote game. Let's not kid ourselves here. This is an entire fucking note. Like, this is an entire like thing I have to put down. I'm just gonna put this in this one. Put this side note cycles. Oh god. Oh no. Truly dark times. All right, let's keep going. So we put that down there, which leads us to the introduction. Good idea to introduce Musume. Musume. It's a good idea to introduce the Musume by introducing an NPC character who will be in position to guide the Musume. Oh, that's they literally want that's an interesting note. It's going to introduce the Musume by introducing an NPC character who will be in a position to guide the Musume and provide explanation to the situation. I think the entire idea is what they want you to do is like, rather than kind of like throwing him in there and just telling them, it's like, oh, here's a trainer and the trainer is telling you what to do, is like what's going on here. Okay, I guess we should skills. There are training skills that can be carried out by other runners and race skills. And race skills that represent the difficulty and severity of the race course itself. It is also a condition of a good athlete. It is the mark of a good athlete to take measures to prepare for the difficulties that are identified See, it's a mark of a good athlete to take measures to prepare for the difficulties that are identified. I'm going to put this one as myself as well as the ones that aren't. Oh yeah, because again, you are always going to be racing against somebody else on your team. That's the thing. Even if you are like, oh, we're all working together or working against one another or whatever, you're all technically like trying to get there at the end. And I don't think there's anything in this game saying like you can't work together, like win a race or something, but like I think it's kind of fucked up if you're like, yeah, I know we've just like gamed the right we've been gaming the system, GM. We're just gonna win. Like we don't want this one person to win. I need to. Okay. Introduce self-introduction. Yeah, let's do a self-introduction. If it is your first session, name personality. If it is your second or later session, good idea. Tell other players GM what changed in the previous character state of mind. There is probably more side notes than the actual part of this. Session together. Free to define what kind of relationships. I'm gonna put this as another side note, I feel. Because I feel that's the best way of doing this. Another side note. Actually, together in the episode. The GM is free to define. Depending on the... I'm going to use scenario for this, depending on the scenario. They can be classroom school. There seems to be a trend to refer to these groups of friends as decks. Decks, the members of the same deck may naturally learn similar skills and tendencies as the member become characteristics of the deck as it is. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. There we go. I have genuinely no fucking I genuinely have no idea what the fuck they're on about here. What the fuck they're on about here. I have genuinely no idea what the fuck they're on about here. I'm assuming it's an obscure horse racing term, or an in joke of playtesters and other players due to the card drawing mechanics. I have genuinely no fucking clue what they're talking about. But yeah, there we go. There. Choo-choo. So, let's see. We've been going for about 2 hours now. Where do we want to go? We want to... Let's get down... Let's try to get down here, and then that's going to put us in a good place for next time in which we just hammer out all of the so yeah, we can probably, so we just do all of the race section next time. We need to get down to here. Plan. Okay. Okay, so that brings us to scenario phase. Scenario phases. Scenario phases. You want you want more friends, you want enemies. The only thing that you want more than friends, you want enemies. It's only when you have rivals to compete with that you can push yourself to improve. Condor Pasa. Condor scenario phase. The scenario phase. Scenario phase covers story part of the session of the episode. Then proceed in the following order: introduction, explanation of the race, self-introduction, and drama scene. Drama. The introduction of the race. The introduction phase. Introduction phase explains the events and races that will take place in this episode. In Table Derby 2, PCs are told about the race that will be participating in events that will take place at school. At the school. Should explain time, setting, or incidents are facing it, and introduce the race that they will be running. Some races will use friction, may use race skills. Some races may use race skills, so these skills will also be explained. After the GM's explanation, each player should self-introduce. Musume, they are and introduce themselves and the Musume they are in charge of. When everyone is finished introducing themselves, you can decide on the relationship for one PC other than yourself. Other than yourself. So what this means is, actually I don't probably, negative event. So after each player, after each character, card. Give the PLs the the team gives PLs negative event cards prepared. Cards prepared in advance, but each card is randomly distributed at this time. The negative event describes these problems and difficulties. Enemy who dealt the card is in that state. Each player should use place the skill. A negative event card face down is recommended to hide from surrounding players when they are revealed in your scene. No problem with revealing them. No. Generally speaking, they want you to like prepare the cards and then hand them out to people. A little bit weird, but yeah. Okay. Okay, negative event decision. Oh, wait, no determination. In Table Derby 2, you can stop telling me it's Table Derby 2 game. I am 97% sure we're playing Table Derby 2 this far in. In Table Derby 2, the order in which scenes are created is important, so the order in which scenes are created is not left up to the player, but is instead determined in advance by a judgment. Ramen scenes are created in that order. In order to determine the order, a Musume judgment is roll the dice, referring to the judgment value, the current value of Ki. The character with the lowest achievement value will make the drama scene in the scenario order. We'll make the drama scene in order, starting with the character with the lowest achievement value first. The order determined at this time will continue until order determined in this time will continue. The order determined at the clocking. Why is this working this way? The order determined at this time will continue until the order in which you roll. Until the race phase order is race phase order is determined with the starting judgment during with the starting judgment. No. It's not much clearer, but only one cycle of drama scenes. For each character, the drama scenes are usually to overcome negative events. When starting scene, determine the situation the scene place and rolling on the drama scene table on the left. Do I have the drama scene table on the left? Do I? Oh no. I don't have the scene table. So you know what that means. Okay, so I want to make that a little bit bigger so I clearly see it on the left. Players feel the situation not appropriate. They have their vision of the scene. They do not have to follow the results of the drama scene table. The scene player is responsible for the scene review or the scene. Scene player it's responsible for the scene reveals his or her their negative event card and describes the situation that the character is in. Then describe, perform an action or idea to resolve the event. The Musume judgment, the overcoming judgment. Judgment determines whether the action was successful or not. Decision to face a negative event. Capitalizing negative event. Remove it from one's skill set. Remove one skill set is resolving the cause, distracting oneself. It's called an overcoming judgment. Overcoming judgment. It's called an overcoming judgment. Overcoming. I'm coming. Negative event is checked. Has value the character's character's expertise. It's added as a modifier. If negative, a negative. If is a modifier. If it is negative, a negative modifier is added. You can also gain modification from other characters in the friendship training described below. If the achievement value plus above modification is equal or greater than the target value, overcoming judgment, then the overcoming has been successful. And the negative event has been successfully overcome. Event has been successfully overcome. Also increase your ki. You can also increase your ki during the overcoming judgment. If the overcoming is successful, the negative is removed. The training skill card can be drawn. If the judgment fails, it cannot be overcome, and the character retains the event. When the judgment is complete, when the judgment is complete, the results described. The scene ends. The scene is replaced by a drama scene. The next player. Cool. Friendship training. Friendship. Fuck yeah. He-Man. Hi, Notepad. Why today? Because it's Sunday, and I need to get this done. The sooner this is done, the less I have to worry about it. Simple as. That be how it is. If you want a deeper explanation, because I want to get the original goal was to get this done by the end of the month, but it kind of got delayed in more than a few ways. So that is how it goes. Okay, let's keep going. In drama scenes, in the drama songs. Yeah, actually, I didn't capitalize them. I don't need to. Other characters can help the scene player avoid overcoming in their overcoming. Judgment. This is called friendship training. To perform friendship training, the cooperating characters, a PC, and the other than the scene player must increase ki by 1. Must increase by their ki by 1 point. If the character has increased their ki and performed friendship training, rolls 1d6 before the overcoming. Who has increased their and performed friendship training, rolls 1d6 before the overcoming judgment. Well, the cooperating character can add the number as a positive modifier to the achievement. To the achieved value. Achieved value of the scene's player's overcoming judgment. The character who has done friendship training can appear in the scene to describe. It will take the overcoming the event. It is not possible for friendship training. Only 1 point of ki can be used for friendship training. Increasing ki by a large amount will not allow you to roll many dice. Any number of people can participate in friendship training. The more characters you can enlist, the easier to be overcome negative events. If the character who has cooperated friendship training succeeds in overcoming the negative events, he or she can draw a training skill card. Now, this is a fascinating situation, and I kind of described it a little bit before of why this is actually very interesting. A little bit further. This, what you like right there. Now, the interesting part about this is very simple. Let's say, for example, I'm going to need to make the check. Everyone's ki starts at 1, don't forget. Everyone's ki starts pretty low. And you can only increase it under very certain circumstances. Only if you make a roll can you ever increase your ki by 1 point. Or up to, by usually 1 point if everyone starts normally. However, if you join other people's thing as with friendship training, like, hey, we're going to help each other do this, you're increasing your ki a lot faster. And so by the time you hit that, if I don't participate in any friendship training and you participate in a bunch of friendship training, your ki is going to be a lot larger than mine, and you're going to get a lot more skills. That's why it's like, oh, why does it matter to determine like the order of things? It matters because of this system. Pretty much anytime you are in active competition with your friends, you're actually training them just as much as you are. And if you do well, everyone gets a training card. So you kind of want to continuously help your friends out in certain situations, because the more you help your friends out, the more cards you get. But the person who is pretty much goes later on during the drama scenes, they're going to have a higher chance of succeeding without having to drag other people in. Because their ki might be 4 at this point, and that means they're going to be, instead of rolling like 1d6, they're going to be rolling, 3d6. I believe it would be 2d6 if I recall correct, 2d6 plus 2 or something. You're going to be rolling a higher value than anyone else. So you might say, "Oh no, I'm going to get a special training card and nobody else is." It's kind of interesting in that front. It's like, "Oh, so you kind of like working together is good, but working together also means you're effectively training up your opponents." So it's like, "Huh. That is an interesting way of approaching that I think, like, cool. This is neat. I like this. I would say the how do I want to word? It's fascinating to think about, but man, this game, I already know what the video on this, I can tell you already, I know what the video of this is going to be like. And the basic premise of it is going to be very simply, man, this game is kind of very Japanese. And all of the positive and negative connotations that go along with that. Negative event, actually, no, based on problem and troubles the Musume may be facing. Most of the negative events. That has a negative effect on the race. Negative skills distributed by participating characters. For a session, the humans may struggle every day to overcome the troubles that hit them, and let's see. The humans may struggle every day to overcome the troubles that hit them and overcome any challenge. May befall them. Overcoming negative events. Negative events can be overcome. Overcome. Oh yeah. Give me. I'm making a successful judgment. Drama scene of the scenario fee. See the session for more details. When a negative event is overcome, the Musume is freed from its troubles, can remove the negative event and effect from her own skill slot. In addition, each character successfully overcomes Peter's friendship and a training skill. Okay. We'll gain a training skill from friendship training. If the negative event cannot be overcome, it remains a skill and will continue to haunt the character about that negative event in the future. The negative event will remain as a skill when adjusting skills in the holiday action phase. Now, effectively reduce the number of skills available. Modification of area of expertise in the areas of expertise section of the negative event. The expertise section. Judgment. So, judgment, the value of the area of expertise. The area of strength, if the expertise. Negative. So we need you. There we go. If I do this, describes the fields of the negative event modification according to the describes the field of negative. Okay, actually, event number. Okay, a negative event name. Event is written in the K. Overcoming value. Actually, do is target value. Overcoming value. Overcoming value. And then target value. Negative fields. So, do the negative fields. Rating skills, negative events. Actually, six, 4. You're now talking about 4. Die result, event name, effect. You're talking about this. So if you're talking about this, what is negative field? Practice. Oh, okay. I know what it's trying to say here. Okay, describe the field of the negative event. Okay, so this is not the way that it describes the field of the negative event. Modifications are added according to the Musume's expertise. Footnote. Effectively, this is the footnote. Effectively, this is the addition. Effectively, this is what to notice. Continue. Yeah. The flavor text image of the event. There's between example of event, not bound to the flavor. Not bound to the flavor text, but they can find their own interpretation. Effect. The effect of the condition is described. That reminds me. Did these ever have like what the overcoming value was? Like what you're actually using to... No, these never actually did they? They never did they? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I will deal with that at a later time. Okay, we're at the holiday. We're gonna get the holiday action phase done. That's the goal. Time for holiday action phase, everybody. Majira McQueen. Good rest necessary to daughter the Majira to strive to control herself at any time. Holiday behavior. Holiday rule. Holiday rule. Holiday behavior. Choosing one of the holiday behavior. Choosing one of the holiday actions to perform and adjusting the skills using the race phase up to the skill limit. Limit spells for holidays. Race holiday. Holiday action. Behaviors. Following actions to perform. This is not a scene. Does not need to be described. Outing. Infirmary. Supplementary lessons. That reminds me. Side notes? I don't think there were. Nope, there totally were side notes. Later. We'll put those in tonight. Write them in. Note. Why don't I just that and delitos. Just gotta make a reminder to myself. So supplementary lessons. Put in rest, then in outing, then the infirmary. So supplementary lessons. Further study of the race and countermeasures are carried out in school's library with teachers and trainers. When you perform supplementary lessons, you discard one of your own training skill cards and choose one of your own supplement skill cards to acquire. You can choose which of the supplementary skill cards you want to acquire. The earlier you choose, the more skills you need. I'm gonna put that as a. I'm gonna put that as a fucking. You will perform skill list for you, so players will know what supplements carry skills you have chosen. Rest. Take a rest in your room or at home in any other relaxing environment. Rest. You can increase or decrease your spirit by a maximum of. Increase your ki by a maximum of 2 points. Outing. Go out shopping and have some fun to refresh your moods. Like outing raises your motivation by 1 level. You can also choose to go on an outing with more than 1 person. Increasing position. You also get to roll the outing chart. The outing charts, 1 for 2 people, 1 for 3 or more. When you roll the outing table, skills and abilities do not increase or decrease your relationship with some characters are basically working. And some outings have characters like A, B, C. Or dice roll between participating in the outings. There we go. Visit an insurer or doctor through the treatment infirmary can basically use when the negative event or modulation or effect is left behind. If negative event or modulation remains, or effect remains, you can remove one negative event or modulation by increasing your ki by 1 point. You can further increase your ki. You can also remove multiple negative. However, not an overcoming judgment. So you do not get a skill card for removing negative event or modulation in the infirmary. I don't know what it means by the fucking modulation. I still don't know what the fuck it's talking about. This does mean I need to bring up. I think what it's talking about this. If we kind of go, if I zoom in a little bit here, I think when it's talking about modulations, it's actually talking about this. You get migraines, you have lazy habit, you're bad at starting. Because effectively, many of these different events, like many of these different events and stuff, are actually that give you the same thing. There aren't many. You get things like night owl, skin rashes, overweight, migraine, or like hidden bomb or something. Hidden bomb isn't actually a bomb. It's the idea that like something bad's gonna happen. Bad at starting. Here they make medicine for that now. See, bad at starting is fucking awful, by the way. Because bad at starting effectively means you take a cripplingly horrifying penalty when you do your starting judgment. You're going to be dead fucking last. As in, like, you're so far behind the pack, you're going to spend the entire game getting up to anywhere. And you need to burn so much resources to get anywhere. Like, you start off as a cripplingly bad, like, just awful fucking position. Just awful. It's like, yeah, no, you're just not having fun. Like, you're fucked. You're fucked anywhere you look at it. Yeah, some of them are a little bit weird. Like, technically, like, hey, you get this. It's like, oh, that's a little bit odd, but okay. So we're effectively done up to here. If we go here, I need to grab the supplementary skills. Yep, these are all of your supplementary skills. Actually, what I should do is I should go up here, maintain consistency, notepad, maintain consistency. We do that. We select all of you here. Then we do droid. Sans Undertale. That. Oh god, yeah. Like nothing fucking, I got nothing to fucking work. I'm gonna have to make every single one of these things like 6. Like 6-point font. It is this is how tight we have to make things just to make this properly. Because there are so many different skills. The supplementary skill list. Because there aren't actually many supplementary skills. There aren't. There's only 11. And it's like, hey, you're only going to get like 2 or 3 of these. Like, they don't really want you to do many. So if we go to the outing chart real fast, what's the outing chart looking like? Ah, yes. How could I forget? The massive fucking outing charts. Okay, I'm just gonna leave a note for myself on these. Don't forget to do these ones. Okay. So here's the game plan as of right now. We're doing pretty good. I'm feeling good. We're at the race phase. There's some things I have to do outside of this, but that's not going to be very difficult to do. It's just going to be time consuming. And oh wait, I forgot to put adjust number of skills. Stoops. Let's see. Holiday action checks, training skill cards. Skills on other cards of selects the number of skill to be used for the race. Let's see. For level 1 kit, maximum is 4, except for the Musume specific. Skills which have a maximum of 3. Skill cards are used to exceed the upper limit and are returned to the GM at the end of the holiday action phase. If your skill cards are within the maximum number of skills, you do not need to make any special selections. You can bring all the skill cards you have into the race phase. Specific skills. And generic skills are skills that the character has that the character has dedicated themselves to. These cannot be returned to the GM. It implies skills that become my skills. Have become my skills. Which you acquire when you level up. The climax of the game will depend on what skills you get. Check your skills, predict the development of your opponent at once. Choose the strategy you can think of. When everyone is finished preparing their skills, the holiday action phase is over. Phase is over, and you move on to the race phase. There we go. Easy peasy, lemon-nos squeezy. I will most likely do something like... No, we're going to do this, and we're going to put you on your very own page, because I have a feeling there's going to be a bunch of fucking side notes. Okay. Cool. Now we can do this. So, generally speaking, the plan as of right now is pretty simple. I am going to, this week anyway, we're going to be checking around, seeing what we can be doing. Make sure everything works there. Pretty quiet week this week, not gonna lie. I do have two videos planned out. And those 2 videos are going to be, if I actually open up my let me open this. This week we're going to be doing the Cartel RPG into Theomashi. I think that's going to be kind of I think that's going to be kind of odd. You know, the Theomashi detox is going to be a little bit long, but I think that should work pretty smoothly for what we're going to do. I think talking about Cartel on Wednesday would be a good kind of, I wouldn't say palate cleanser, but like, yeah, here's a game like this just is like, ooh, oh no, oh no. This Saturday, however, we're going to be doing a case. Yes, we're going to be doing a big case, everybody. And that, my friends, let's check the poll town. And my worst fears have been realized. So, good news. Good news. Good news, everyone. Good news, everyone. The child safety cap case has finally won. But we have a tie. Elder Eras verse Middle Earth. Final Showdown, Ultimate Destiny. Final Showdown, Ultimate Destiny. Which is to say there will be a poll. There'll be a poll tomorrow. Tomorrow as the quote runoff election. Very simply put. My little notepad, my little notepad, time to fight. Yeah. Child safety cap will be this weekend. If everything goes according to plan. If not, it kind of gets a little bit weird, and my mom's getting ready. This month is going to be a little hectic. I'm not going to lie, because this is the month my mom gets her knee surgery. So there may be like, I will tell everybody, but there may be a time where it's like no stream the weekend, nothing here. It's just going to be me taking care of my mom. There might be some hectic time streaming. We'll kind of play that by ear a little bit. So we'll play that by ear a little bit when that shows up. But generally speaking, it should be okay. But yeah, currently the ones we have for the children's RPG is we have The Adventures of Oz, Tales of Equestria, and A Prince's Kingdom. There's a couple other child safety RPGs, including Hero Kids, that I plan on going over. None of them are very long, fucking obviously, so kind of going over multiple of them can be kind of interesting. So, yeah, we're going to try to learn that. But yeah, probably this week we'll have the runoff election between the two of them. Between Middle-earth and Elder Eras. Both of them have a lot of things that are very valid and very interesting in their own right. Middle-earth has, I think, if I want to be, we're going to see the most amount of interesting shit, like just weird stuff, out of the Elder Eras RPGs. That's going to give you like just the most amount of like kind of oddities, strange mystics bullshit going there. Middle-earth is going to have the better story, if that makes sense. Middle-earth is going to have like a very clear, like, here is the beginning, here is the middle, here is the end storyline going on. That would be kind of interesting to be a little bit more of a history lesson, ironically, than the Elder Eras one. But yeah, we'll play that one. We'll see how that goes. So, but yeah, thank you all for watching. Suzume Musume. We will most likely... how we're going to be doing this going forward is probably Tuesdays will be... If Tuesdays we get done with video, with the video early, I'll do more Heroes of Might and Magic. If we get done on Thursday, we'll be finishing up on Ume Musume. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling and kind of how we're going to do this. I am feeling that we could probably get this entire thing compiled up by middle of the month. Minimum, and like maximum middle of the month. And that's if I really take my fucking time with it. But we're pretty good. Like, we just really have the race phase to do, as you can kind of see here, to kind of give you an idea of like the amount of work that was actually done today. It's not like it's complicated work. It's just a lot of like double checking, triple checking. Gotta make sure this works. Gotta make sure this works. But like, yeah, once we get done with the racing phase, it's pretty much Jover. Like, it's over, everybody. I don't think that's going to be really that difficult once we hit that point. I'm not feeling this is going to be much longer. Also, as you can see, I did finally add some artwork, some of the artwork from the book in here. I might add some more, I might not, depending on the situation. But yeah, feeling pretty good with this one. Sword Bastards should end this week. Tomorrow we're going to be working on equipment with Sword Bastards. We're just going to have to power through it. It might be a little bit of a later stream though, so bear with me on that one. Minimum, it'll get done by Wednesday. That's the plan, is get done by Wednesday. We will. Let me take a second and think about it. Let's see. Okay, so we've got Sword Bastards is ending this week pretty reliably. We're gonna start on. There's a guild for that. Either this Friday, we will do most likely what will occur this Friday is we will do the preliminary for that one. That is actually a commission project. So get ready for some curse bullshit on that one. Yeah, Sword Bastards ending this week. There's a guild for that this Friday, most likely, just as preliminary. That one's going to be a lot pretty easy, relatively speaking. Help me, please. No. I don't care for the... No, you fool. You utter fool, Draco. I took a note of it beforehand. It was 12-12. We're going to do a runoff election of it. Because I'm curious what other people, mostly people who voted for Superhero and the others, because we actually had quite a few kind of differences going back and forth this time. This was a pretty good turnout, all things considering. I will say light games and the Riddle of Steel did not do too hot, but it happens. But let's see, we've got those two, Sword Bastards, there's a guild for that. Sidewinder is effectively done. That's the thing. Sidewinder PDF is effectively done. And I just need my friend. I'm literally like begging my friend, like, please look at it. It's called There's a Guild for that. It's a commission project about making an MOBA RPG. I have a few ideas how to do it. It's kind of just going to be me looking at it and because he wrote out a lot of the details, what he kind of wants already with it. So I'm like, oh, this is actually one of the very few, very overly detailed versions. Thank God. But yeah, that's going to be there. Cartel on Wednesday, followed by Theomashi on Friday. Most likely, we're going to be doing the case on Saturday. There's probably going to be 2 streams uploaded this week. I'm going to try to get the Jovian Sleigh Ride up on Tuesday. That's the goal. Jovian Sleigh Ride is going to be on Tuesday, followed by the Curious Case of Ura on Thursday. That's kind of the goal there. That shouldn't be too difficult to do. I just keep neglecting it. I finally got a bunch of things uploaded to the secondary channel. I just need to get everything situated with it. That just takes time more than anything. Will you ever do Rises? Maybe for another generic case, because Rises is really light. But yeah, probably if I were to do that, it would be for like a generic case. It would be generic or the light case, depending on the situation. But let me think. Do we have anything else fun and exciting this week? Not really. Most likely, I will start on a secondary PDF project. I have 2 ideas for that PDF project. It will be a commission project, though. I will say that. It will be a commission project. I'm getting PDF for the patrons. Let me think. Do we have anything else fun and exciting? No, never. That should be everything when it comes to the Notepad add-on experience, Requiem. Second core. Yeah. So, that's fun. Hopefully y'all have a good time. This week, we're going to be kicking ass, taking names, and more Might and Magic probably on Tuesday. Then we're going to be doing either we're going to try to finish up Table Derby on Thursday, or we're going to wait till Sunday again. Sunday is another option for that. Hammer everything out on another 3-hour Sunday stream and not get distracted by Lilo and fucking Stitch. But yeah. So, thank you all. Godspeed. Good luck. I will see you all on the flip side.